Helen Keller, a blind and deaf American author, once said, "The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision." Just like Keller, a Filipino military officer sees the light in his darkest days and proves that disability does not mean inability. Joining us today, the founding chairman of Wounded Soldiers Agriculture Cooperative, Captain Jerome Hacuba. Good morning, Captain Jerome, and welcome to the program. We are so glad that you could join us today.
Captain, maraming salamat. Thank you very much for being with us. Unang-una, thank you very much for all the service and everything that you've done. Sobrang nakaka-inspire talaga yung kwento mo because you are still living a full life despite yung blindness mo. For those wondering how you became blind, can you tell us a bit about that story muna?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was March 2, 2016 during our combat operation against the BIFF or Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters in Maguindanao. So this is a combat clearing operation. So our mission there is to secure the irrigation system because there's a dredging project of our government. So yung mga rebels po doon ay against on that development. So sinunog nila yung backhoe na naguhukay doon sa dredging project na yun. And yun po yung ni-reinforce po namin. At it is a 1 month exchanging fires against the rebels. So, and that time, March 2, so our team, yung company namin, 62nd Warhawks Company, DRC, yun po yung nag-lead ng company. So, na-accidental na naapakan po ng aking platoon sergeant yung bomba, yung IED. Yung mga 1 meter lang po sa aming harapan yun. So yun po yung sumabog sa harap namin. Tapos pagsabog po nun, mga nasa 2 to 300 meters lang po pala yung kalaban. So exchanging fires. So talagang nag-volume of fire talaga doon nung that time. Sabi ko sa mga tropa, sabi ko, cover fire. Sabi ko, huwag tayong susuko. Sabi ko, that time, medyo naging ano ako doon, na mga tropa, grabe yung hinagpis na mga tropa. So, kasi na alam nila na tamaan yung official nila. So, pero sa biyaya po ng Panginoon, naging conscious pa rin ako ng pagsabog. Naapektuhan lang talaga yung mata ko kasi yung pagsabog ay nakalibing po kasi nakabaon doon sa graba yung yung IED, kaya pagsabog ay napuruhan po talaga yung putol yung paa ng platoon sergeant ko. Ako naman po mata. So, pero na-extricate naman po kaagad ako sa kasi sabi ko, nagluhod ko ako noon, tapos tumawag talaga ako sa Panginoon. Sabi ko, Lord, itulungan niyo po ako.
Captain, again, grabe yung kwento niyo. Again, maraming salamat. Thank you very much for your service. Naging advocate ka for mga wounded soldiers after yung event na yun.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us a bit about yung proseso na yun? Bakit ka naging advocate para sa wounded soldiers?
Yes, sir. Ako yung naniwala, sabi sa nung pagka-wounded po kasi doon ako sa Biluna ay pinag-aral po ako ng ating gobyerno ng isang computer school for the blind sa Atrib sa Cubao. New York, Cubao.
Dito lang, hindi sa New York mismo.
Yes.
After nun ay ginamit ko po yun. I can do PowerPoint presentation, Word, Excel. Nakaka-computer po ako ngayon. I can independently operate the computer. So, yun po yung ginamit kong tools upang maging functional despite of my disability. Na-assign po ako sa DND for 7 years. 1 month after na-discharge po ako sa Biluna, na-assign po ako sa DND, holding the project Kapagdaka. Kapagdaka stands for Kapakanan at Gabay sa Dating Kaniwan. Yun yung project ng DND for soldiers with disabilities. So ako po yung naging program officer doon, and doon po namin nakita kasi 70 to 80% of returning wounded soldiers will go back to their land and cultivate their land and to be a farmer. And yun po yung naging dahilan na natayo po namin itong Wounded Soldiers Agriculture Cooperative. Ako po yung naging founder doon. So now, ako po yung founding chairman at current chairman po ng Wounded Soldiers Agriculture Cooperative. So at doon po sa Kapagdaka ay nag-coordinate po tayo sa mga stakeholders and the other government agencies concerned na mabigyan po. So siguro mga nasa 180 wheelchairs na po yung nababigay namin sa wounded soldiers natin, and 87 assistive devices. Ang marami pong skills and livelihood training na kinakanda po natin sa kanila. And until now ay namimigay po rin po tayo in coordination po sa ating mga stakeholders. So sabi ko, wow, sabi ko, it's amazing. Sabi nga sa Romans 8:28, and all things work together for good to them that love God and to them who are the called according to His purpose.
Yes,
So
amen.
may purpose po talaga nangyari sa buhay natin. Sabi ko, God, pinull out niya ako doon sa battlefield. Binulag niya ako para makita yung totoong sitwasyon, totoong pangangailangan ng aking kapwa sundalo may kapansanan. So ito po yung ginagawa ko na ngayon. Ako yung naniniwala na lahat po ng nangyayari sa buhay natin ay may purpose po talaga.
Yeah, I totally agree, Cap. And just hearing your story kanina, it's so inspirational. And just hearing you talk as well now, you're very faith-reliant, which I love. Is faith what got you through the hardest part of your life when you were blind? Because I understand that you went through depression as anybody would.
Right.
In that instance, did faith play a big role? How did you overcome that depression afterwards? And what was going through your mind, like when you found out you're going to be blind forever?
Yes, it was so depressing when I know that I can't see anymore. So, I'm a cleaver and a vigilant soldier. But suddenly, nawala na kaagad yung paningin mo. So, it's so very, very depressing. But by the God's grace, through the help of my wife, my children, my family, and the organization, they give me a chance to become more functional despite of my disability. At tiwala sa faith po talaga. Pagtitiwala po sa Panginoon po ang aking naging sandalan upang maging functional pa rin. Sabi nga sa Proverbs 3:5 and 6, sabi niya, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him and He shall direct thy paths. So yun po, that is my life verse na talagang nagpapatibay po sa akin na akala ko hindi ako nag-lean doon sa understanding ko, nagtiwala po talaga ako sa Kanya. Kaya nandito pa rin ako ngayon, ginagamit ng Panginoon. Kaya na-overcome ko po yung depression kasi naging inspirasyon ko rin po yung mga kapwa ko sundalo may kapansanan. Kasi po, every time na pumupunta po ako dun sa Biluna and the Army General Hospital, sabi nila, sir, meron po ba tayong wheelchair na available? Sir, meron pa tayong skills, may computer training. Sir, meron pa ba tayong mga livelihood training? So, wow. May pakinabang pa pala ako. So yun po yung na-inspire ako sa mga ganun. Sabi ko, ay kailangan pa pala ako. Sabi ko, may ano pa. Kaya I'm so very grateful na actually, I'm so very grateful na nabulag po ako. Kasi kung saan ako nabulag, doon pa ako nakakita.
Alam mo, sir, napaka-amazing ng kwento mo, no? Kahit na nangyari itong bagay na ito, napanghinaan ka ng loob pagkatapos, di ba? And then you rose from that depression and now you're helping other wounded soldiers. Ano ang binibigay mong payo sa kanila? Kapag sila naman yung nakikita mo or alam mo na napanghihinaan sila ng loob, they're discouraged, they're fearful, and they're feeling weak, di ba?
Yes.
So anong advice ang binibigay mo to, lift them up from their situation because you've been there as well?
Yes. Sinasabi ko sa kanila, ma'am, na mga sergeant, sabi ko, huwag niyong isipin yung mga nawala sa inyo. Isipin niyo po kung ano yung pa yung mga natira sa inyo.
Right.
Yun yung gamitin yung inspirasyon niyo po pagpatuloy yung buhay ninyo, pagpatuloy ang inyong pangarap sa buhay, ang serbisyo sa ating bayan at serbisyo sa ating Panginoon. So, kagaya ko, wala nga akong nakikita, pero may four senses pa ako natitira.
Yes.
So, I maximize it all para maging functional pa rin despite of my disability. So, naghanap ako ng paraan para maging functional. So, nag-aral ako, kasi may nung nag-aral po ako sa Atrib ay maraming mga civilian na mga totally blind doon na nagkakapag-computer. Sabi ko, siguro kaya ko naman siguro yan. Kaya nga nila. So, yun po, pinag-aralan ko po talaga. Kasi ang sabi ko, ito pwede kong ituro din sa aking mga sundalong may kapansanan. So, yung ni-advise ko lagi sa kanila, sabi ko, lahat ng mga natamo ninyong sugat man o pinsala sa inyong katawan, kapalit po niyan ay kapayapaan ng ating bayan. Yun po yung sabi ko sa
Yes.
kanila.
Captain, maraming salamat. Thank you very much for gracing us with your story, with your time. Just want to say, sobrang delayed na, pero noong 2020, Best Military Officer of the Year. Congratulations po
Yes,
doon.
congrats.
First Lieutenant ka doon.
Yes, sir.
Ngayon, Captain ngayon. Again, the journey continues for you.
Yes.
And we're so excited to see the difference that you can make to all of our soldiers fighting for us and of course making the Philippines a better place. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much, sir.
Captain.